Our next guest says the House is ready to move forward to tackle the deficit, but it's up to the White House and Senate leadership to get to work. Joining us now, Congresswoman Nan Hayworth, member of the House Financial Services Committee, also a medical doctor, mother, and businesswoman. Great to have you with us, Congresswoman.
Great to be with you.
Let's talk about it in an odd sort of way to take up the business in the Senate first, if I may. The Senate rejecting 5 budgets. The Paul Ryan budget among them defeated, as Ed Henry pointed out, along party lines. But the president's budget going down 99 to nothing. That's quite a statement.
Well, add to that, as you noted earlier, that the House also rejected the president's budget unanimously or very close. Clearly, the Congress feels very differently about our fiscal future than the president does, and feels that, at least on the House side, as you know, we passed a budget in March. So the Senate really needs to act. It's unfortunate that they rejected our House budget. Let's see if they can actually come up with a budget the first time in 3 years plus.
Well, there is something about the President of the United States handing a 5-item to-do list to the United States Congress while he himself has not done anything on the budget in his tenure in the first, if not only, term.
Well, Lou, the only thing the president has done is propose even more irresponsible spending. It is unconscionable for the president to ask that the Congress pass an increase in the debt ceiling with absolutely no compensatory cuts. If we talk about fairness, that is so unfair to the American people, to future generations, not to mention to our seniors reliant on Medicare, which is rapidly going bankrupt and who desperately need the $500 billion from the Affordable Care Act replaced in Medicare.
Let's turn, as a member of the House Financial Services Committee, to the issue of JPMorgan Chase and the integrity of the country's banking system. Eric Holder has ordered up an investigation of JPMorgan Chase. There are at least 4 principal regulators now, and which, by the way, we should point out, work day in and day out with all of the top regulators, all of them working with the top executives of JPMorgan Chase. What is going on? How concerned are you? How shocked are you that a trading loss of this kind could materialize in the pre-Volcker rule era?
Well, Lou, the important thing is to take everything in context, to get the perspective, and to get all the facts. And that's what we've called for on the House Financial Services Committee. Clearly, Chase experienced and was, Jamie Dimon, the chairman, was quite candid about the loss that they experienced. However, it has to be borne in mind that they have a portfolio of something like $380 billion. This was not a shattering event in terms of their balance sheet. It does not mean that it doesn't bear investigation. Clearly it does, in an orderly and objective fashion.
Well, you know, you said put it in context. Let's put it in context. $1.3 trillion budget deficit as a result of the activities that you all carry out day in and day out there. Who's going to investigate you guys? Who is going to say, you know, maybe an outfit that can't even pass a budget, a president who hasn't even reduced a spending line, a House which has the power of the purse string, which goes on with continuing resolution after continuing resolution, and has these little spats over debt ceilings. Who should be investigated here, Congresswoman?
Well, I couldn't agree more with you, Lou. Congress needs to take the lead. The House has taken the lead on fiscal responsibility. You are absolutely right. It is unconscionable to spend as we do, to lose taxpayer dollars as we do. If you look at as the government has, certainly the House majority has been fighting against that. Look at Solyndra alone, 535 million taxpayer dollars gone.
You know, I can't conclude our discussion this evening, and I hope you'll come back soon for more fun. But
I would like to.
But you know, JPMorgan Chase at the end of the day is better capitalized. than you guys.
JPMorgan has $130+ billion of Tier 1 capital, which is what regulators also concentrate on. I could not agree more with you, Lou, that we have to look very carefully at how the federal government spends precious dollars and how it is plunging us into even further debt. And this president, unfortunately, is leading the way on that.
And you know what else they've got, which I really would love to see, whether it be in Congress, whether it be in the Senate, or the White House. They've got a leader who's not afraid to use the words stupid and sloppy in regard to the result of his leadership in an instance in which it did fail. Wouldn't it be nice to have that kind of candor in the nation's capital?
Taking responsibility and taking the action that's needed to change the course and make sure
Congresswoman Nan Hayworth,
that we're on a responsible course.
Always good to talk with you. Thanks for being here.
Thanks, Lou.